Hello and welcome to Bring It On. I am Ambrose. You may have heard about the recent report on the police college Ikeja, which exposed the rots in that sector. Today on Bring It On, we'll look at matters arising from that development. That college was built 73 years ago by the colonial masters to accommodate 700 students. Today, it accommodates 2,554 without any expansion, without any maintenance. But questions have arisen. What happened to the allocations made for that development of that college? In 2012, 307 billion naira was allocated to take care of the police. Did it get there or not? Some of the questions we'll be asking today on Bring It On. Remember, you can join us on our social networks, www.yukos.com/bringitonlp or www.facebook.com/bringitonTV show. I have guests here in the studios to look at this issue of what we've called the rots in the police network, and especially in the colleges. Join me in welcoming Mr. Tony Ofoyeto, who is a security expert and the Director General of International Institute of Professional Security. Welcome to Bring It On.
It's my pleasure.
And I have Dipo Layokun, a well-known social commentator. Welcome to Bring It On.
Ambrose, good day, viewers. Good day.
So, well, gentlemen, you've heard the story. You've seen it. That college was built 73 years ago by the colonial masters, meant to accommodate 700 students, but today 2,554 students without any expansion, without any development. Now, as we said at the beginning, in the last year's budget, we had 296.75 million specifically meant for the maintenance of the colleges, police colleges in Nigeria, about 11 of them. Are we going to say that that money did not get to them, or what? Why do we have such deplorable state of the college?
Yes, thank you, Ambrose. I think, first of all, let me say that the state of that police college is exactly the state of the Nigerian nation today. And we will be deceiving ourselves if we single out the police college to discuss as representing the rot in the Nigerian society. Everywhere you go to in Nigeria, you are met with this kind of rot. You go to the hospitals, you go to schools, even take the example of roads. So I think for us to situate the problem as exactly where it is, we should discuss it in the general terms of Nigeria problems.
Okay.
Now back to that story. I think in other lands, that station should have been commended for doing such a story. As a matter of fact, as a journalist, I am very, very elated to notice that this kind of a story can come from Nigeria. Because it is not possible for people in government to see all these things. Due to one reason or the other, people that surround them shield them away from seeing some of these problems. And that's why those who want to make meaningful impact in their countries or in their nations always use this kind of avenue to know what is happening in their country.
Yeah.
Now, back to the problem issue you have just raised, that monies were budgeted. This is not the first time monies are budgeted for issues, for things in Nigeria, and you don't see any reflection. For example, let me give you an example. In the year 2012, the Nigerian state budgeted 993 billion naira for security, almost 1 trillion naira.
Yeah.
I remember that Nigerians they cried blue mother, that why do we need this money? Because it could have been deployed into other areas like education that would make meaningful impact. And you can bear me witness that the year 2012 seemed to be a very traumatic year for Nigerians. There was nothing to show that we budgeted large sums of money for this thing. I think until we begin to, because let me tell you one thing, nothing is going to come out of whatever program we're talking about. Because the money was budgeted. The question we should be asking is, will this money go towards these projects? Okay. Or somebody, because if we look at the history of the police and all the various scandals that have surrounded their IGs, especially when they are leaving office, it's in this country that an IGP was alleged to have stolen about 17 billion naira Money is meant for this kind of things. This man, what happened to him? It is in this country that an IGP was leaving office.
But he was jailed, wasn't he?
Yes, he was jailed, but he didn't spend 6 months. They say he was jailed 6 months because the 6 months which he spent in the hospital. But we don't even go to that because we'll be embarrassing ourselves if we go to that. It is in this country that an IGP was retiring. And as one of his aides was leaving office, he was carrying a bag containing 550 million naira. It's in this country. Though the matter is in court, that they say. So
that the rot is not new. That's what you are saying.
The rot is not new, exactly. That's what we are saying.
Okay.
And there's a need for us to look at that rot beyond the police college.
Okay.
It's a rot that is representing Nigerian state.
But what we are concerned about the police is that they are in charge of maintaining law and order. And if themselves are not contended, if they are not well taken care of, we don't see them doing that job very well. Mr. Feto.
It's a statement of fact. You begin to sympathize with the police officer who sees you in your car. And, rather than go straight to the point, ask you legitimate question, there's this psychological and complex syndrome you see the police officer exhibiting. He sees you in your car, and he first of all look at you with this impression that you are a thief or that you are a criminal. That's the first impression, and you now begin to sympathize with him. Why? Because of the environment he was tutored. He was brought up in such archaic, dilapidated, and antediluvian environment.
Yes.
So what do you expect of him? A man that have not been exposed to the shower, he does not know how a bath look like, he does not know how a WC look like, he does not know how a decent classroom look like, he sleeps on a desk that you call a bed. What do you expect him to do when he gets to the road? He's angry with the society. He's angry with the motorists. He's angry with road users. He's angry with the average legitimate Nigerian. So why would you be surprised of accidental discharge? Why will you be surprised of, indiscriminate detention and arrest? Will it surprise you of, you talk of a brutality and all those stuff like that? Because of the upbringing.
That's it.
A level of mentality has been injected in an average Nigerian police because of where he was tutored. And that's why what we see on daily basis. Because at times you ask yourself, why is this man behaving like this?
Yes.
Why is this so irrational? Why is his sense of judgment so defective? Now we can see. Because all these things, whether we like it or not, they have their own psychological impact on an average human being. And so that's why you don't expect the best from them.
That's a good note on which to end today's program. We've been looking at the rots in the police sector with reference to the police college Ikeja. And the message here for the presidency: fight filth and rots in all government establishments, including the police force. Remove politics from development. The truth is that the police needs a facelift, and it's within your power to enforce and ensure that. Questions should be asked to those who may have mismanaged the funds meant to develop the police. We want to thank you for your wonderful company for today. Hope to be back next week. Thank you, Tony Foyeto, for coming on Bring It On.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you, Dipo Layoku, for coming on Bring It On.
It's always my pleasure.
I am Ambrose Ezewani. Brighten up the face with a smile, and if you see someone without any, give him one of yours. Bye-bye now.